So yeah, like, what do you think about this bot lane and like this 2v2?
Well, I think, well, I think it's hard winning for us. I think, well, normally how I like to think about matchups is like, I just think about who gets push early, and in this matchup we have like just essentially have full lane control. We can like base whenever we want. We can build however many waves we want. Like we can 3-wave crash, or we can 2-wave crash, or whatever. Like we have full control essentially. And then I think, what are they like? And then I just think about like what are the spikes for each side. So like, or like what's the win condition for each side. So like we want to just like push and get plates and peg them down and then ICS. And they want to like threaten an all-in with their jungler or just 2v2 if possible. And so we just want to prevent that by like getting them as low as possible and just pushing as much as possible, so they're very like limited in their options, and we want to play around their jungler a lot. And yeah, so that's what I think about normally.
Yeah, it's just like you're playing Caitlyn, right? So the most important thing, like in any lane, is just prio, especially on this champ. If you don't have prio, you might as well pick something else.
Yeah.
D-Blade is good. Runes look fine, and yeah, pretty much like your only thought is like how you play level 1, and from there you just play League. I know lots of people like to like premeditate stuff, so what wave you're gonna like shove, and if you're gonna crash this wave and dive. You should just be able to like tell, bro. So as soon as like a wave hits your lane, I'm gonna do this with it, or even before. Like next wave we 100% shove. This one we slow push. Like you don't know what's gonna happen until it actually like happens or it's close to happening. You're absolutely right. Like everything you say is good, but yeah, just level 1, like where you're gonna ward, how you're gonna like stand, and maybe you have to like think about like late invades or any of that stuff. But I don't think against their comp you have to. And yeah, then we just play League, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and normally like I think about if we need like a bot lane bush ward, but I don't think in this lane we do because they're really weak level 1, and we've already like pretty much guaranteed prio if we don't like
Yeah, it's great.
troll hard.
Yeah, I don't think like even if they cheese you, like you're actually gonna lose. I'm pretty sure you'll just win. I probably would just say this though, like where you stand here, just stand like here, because then you watch like both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'd say there. Like sitting in this brush, like if a Mumu like flash Qs, you're kind of fucked. Or the other option is just to like ward, but yeah, again, I don't think they're gonna invade level 1.
Yeah.
You might think about doing that against like Nautilus and strong level 1 comps. You don't even like stand here because you'd have to just like trade flashes. But I think it's like fine here to do it.
Yeah, I mean, like normally, I stand where you said, but it's just I think if I'm gonna get flashed on, it's safer to stay in that bush, because if I get flashed on when I'm like outside of the tri bush, then I'm like even if I flash, I'm just dead. But if I'm in the tri bush, and if I flash out, then I can still live. But like I still lose flash, so it's bad. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I just think you give yourself a chance to dodge it if you're outside of it. But yeah, like yeah, if you're scared of like that invade and they actually have level 1 threat, which I don't think they do in this game, but let's just say it's another game, then I actually just think you ward it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you just like stack somewhere or something like that. I like this because you've got like Karma and this is good. You see Sedge over there. Okay. If this was like, let's just say this is another game where you're against like 2 ranged champions, even though Kindred's starting here, I'd much rather you just be in lane. Here it's obviously good because yeah, you always have level 1. Like you're always gonna win this, so it's fine to do it here. I'm just saying like I'm just trying to like cover every possibility. So we just like no.
That's a good point.
Karma doesn't want to go for a Mantra Q, eh? Could have like watered the brush and Mantra Q'd the Nyla like straight away. Then you can just auto attack.
I mean, pretty sure we can just run it like Nyla right now.
Yeah, like right here. I expected like the Karma to ward and just Mantra Q. Like right here, just go now. And you can like run behind the Karma and your tempo is gonna stack and
yeah, and like they don't have kill threat level 1 as Nyla. She's like piss weak.
Yeah, nah.
So even if Mimikyu is Karma, then they go fucked. Yeah, but yeah.
That was nice Q off the slow. Who is the Karma?
Shinki, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Shinki. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask about that. So
Yeah, mate.
go back for a sec. So like Kindred is doing Grom, but she gets like she feels pressured to just leave it because the Amumu fogs. And like, what do you think about that?
Yes. Um, I
So
mean,
like,
like, it depends how close Karma is. Like, if she's scared about that, the Karma should be like hovering here, getting ready to move. It's just about mashing, right? Because you guys win 3v3, so it's just
yeah,
about putting yourselves like in a 3v3. So Kindred is like actually just going to be like 1v2ing or 1v3ing for like 10 seconds, so she can't do it. So it's good for her to leave it, but like maybe there should be a comm here or something. But yeah, Karma should just be getting ready to move.
yeah,
Um,
okay. So like from my perspective, like when I see that, I
hmm,
think that I can just fast push like the first two waves, and then they can't do that. But then like this is where I get like a bit like I'm not sure what to do, because if I fast push two waves, then my
hmm.
jungler has more freedom, but then like their bot lane doesn't lose as much, and like they should be losing a lot in this matchup, right?
Yes, definitely. So
So like,
if I'm a
yeah,
jungler, like I would want you to put like as much pressure on them as possible. Now, pressure doesn't just mean you shove, right, and poke them under tower.
yeah,
Even though you're playing like a poke lane, the pressure comes from just denying golden experience. Because then it's just gonna build up, build up, build up to the point where like the lane just breaks and you get towers, then you like rotate top and shit, and you're eventually just gonna end the game like kind of sequentially in a way. If you're just like hard shoving to play for me, like I shouldn't need you to play for me, especially as
yeah,
Caitlyn. Like
okay,
I want you in lane, denying as much as possible. So if you just slow push this like you're doing, it's great because
okay, yeah,
Nyla and Amumu are like just missing so much from lane anyway, or they're just pressured. And then if Kindred is doing that and then they're leaving lane, you know, they're still leaving lane, they're just like losing so much, right? So
yeah,
always put your
okay,
lane first, bro. So it might sound like a little bit, oh yeah, but you know, we've got a Kindred jungle and we need to play for her. It's like, now you're playing for her by winning lane as hard as possible. That's how you're gonna help your jungle like more, especially in like solo queue and shit. I know this is like a trial game and it's a bit more organized, but it's all the same shit, right? Like nothing is changing on the map.
yeah, yeah, okay. So okay, that's something that I was confused about, because like
Mm.
when I play Caitlyn, I think okay, like the best thing for me to do is just me to like play for myself. But then like when I see Kindred getting pushed off a grump, I sort of feel like, am I being too greedy, kinda? But yeah, I guess you're right.
What do you mean, like staying in lane? You're being too greedy?
Because like if I fast push two waves and they can't really move, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I can't punish them. So it's like I'm punishing them harder, but my Kindred is kind of getting like cucked a little bit. But
I don't
I
think
get what you
like
said though.
you're.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think you're
yeah,
punishing them harder because if you play as Nyla here, mate, like you're probably happy if the Caitlyn just shoves because you're not threatening a dive. So you're
yeah,
actually
yeah.
just pushing your minions closer to her safety, to her tower. If you keep the wave here and you just last hit, like I would never fucking think about Kindred at like Gromp here if I'm playing Kate. I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
okay.
like my lane is so good. The Nyla and Amumu are like zoned off the minion wave. If you want to go and like run it down at Gromp, run it down. Like I'm not in a
Yep.
position to help you. Like that
Yeah,
would
yeah,
be
okay.
my mindset.
Yep.
But
Okay.
everything here is good. Positioning is good. Q was good. It's just yeah, Karma should have gone like hell ham when Nyla moved up. Maybe you can even do that, mate. Like if you see an opportunity, because you even like brought it up as well, just
Yeah, I
go
mean, I can
nuts.
just spam
Like
ping
ping
it,
like
right?
crazy. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just spam ping and just go. Not skilling is good. So yeah, this next wave, like what would you do? Or what do you want to do?
I just want to crash it
Yeah, good.
ASAP
So why would you want to crash it?
because, well, firstly we see Sejuani on on Gromp, and my
Mm-hmm.
Kindred like doesn't really want to go bot again. Like she wants to clear top. So
Mm-hmm.
what I'm thinking is, it's just like my thought process is okay. So the Sejuani wants to gank bot now because she like skipped camps to go bot, right?
Yep.
So I'm just thinking I just want to like crash and dip and just stop their play.
Yep.
That's it.
I would even say, mate, like you're right about the rest of the map, but again, all you're thinking about is just Nyla and Amumu.
Yeah.
And you are gonna. So let's just say this is a 2v2, right? Like, don't even think about the rest of the map. Why is it like good to crash this wave instead of just like slow pushing it? Like, why do you think? Because you could slow push it and maybe
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they miss a couple more minions, but the problem with that is like what happens afterwards. So like, what do you
Exactly. Yeah.
think? What do you think is?
So
Yeah, go on. Go.
I think I want to crash her as fast as possible for like two reasons mainly. One is if I crash her as fast as possible, like I have more time to just pick them under the tower because there's more time for the next wave to come in.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, it's like if I go slow on this wave, there's a chance that like it doesn't even fully crash on the on this wave, and then it's like half crashes on the fourth wave,
Yep.
and then I can't even like actually build a big wave because like the wave just dies to the tower slowly while I'm pushing like the next wave, or it's like if I crash this faster, then the wave that comes afterwards is gonna like is gonna like reset in the like towards me more instead of like have like a huge slow push for them. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much like the thought process here is like you want to like just hard push this like crazy, and Karma should be going nuts. So again, mate, like if you know this, tell your support, communicate it, like vocals, like comms, or pinging it, or both.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the first thing. Even here, like you can use your fucking Q on the wave.
Yeah.
You can just like hit the cannon. You can even like maybe shove it from the brush, so you get your headshot passive and stuff after you've queued. And all of a sudden, like we've shut the wave. And how the lane will look is that the next wave has like breathing room to come out to the middle or close to. If you just slow push this, the Nyla and a Mumu, the wave is gonna like the next wave will be under their tower, and it will just fucking build up, and then they'll just slow push it back to you.
Yeah.
And then they'll recall, and then it's just like a pattern of slow pushing. That's pretty much it. You'll come back to lane, and then you'll have the slow push, and then you'll crash one or two ways up, and it's just like rinse and repeat. To actually win this, you have to like just hard crash this, so hopefully it bounces back towards the middle. And after you've crashed, you can do a bunch of things. You can recall, right? Especially when enemy junglers bot, so it's almost like you just waste their pathing in a way. You could always like ambush them if you think you have like some sort of poke pressure or even kill pressure in other lanes. I mean, I guess you could maybe like stay and poke them under tower, but you wouldn't hear maybe just because of Sedge's threat. But yeah, that's why you crash, mate, just to like try to get it to bounce towards the middle. And then you have all the pressure again, right? Like you have access to this brush, so when the wave comes out, you can like poke them when they come out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So you're right about the map, but those are just like kind of bonuses, I guess. It's not actually like the core reason why you just like crash it. You crash it for the 2v2 to make it easy for yourself and harder for them.
That's a good point, actually. And like, I mean, I kind of knew that, but I never actively thought about it like that.
Yes, that's all it is, mate. Like fucking all your like decisions, right, in a game. Like if there's a pyramid or a cake, whatever you want to call it, and there's like all the ingredients, you know, to like playing at the highest level. At the top of it, it's always going to be these two. So enemy bot. These two will always be at the top of it. So if your decision around waves, how you position, how you're using cooldowns, how you're communicating, isn't revolving around beating these two, there's going to be no gap. You're not going to gap bot. You're just playing a team game and hoping like the rest of your teammates fucking help you out. And the great thing about playing Caitlyn is that you're probably always going to have this opportunity to gap bot. And the question is how. And this is where all these like things come into play, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, like right here, fucking hit the cannon, cue the whole wave, get Karma too, and then all of a sudden we can either reset, like I said, and you can do a bunch of things, right?
Yeah.
And the lane is
Also,
like actually winnable.
I'm full mana, so like holding Q is just like bad.
Yeah, you can use it, right? Yeah, exactly. I would just like fucking try to queue these minions because they're all in like such awkward like HP maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little AIDS, but yeah, it's not really like a big deal. Yeah, now like this next wave, right? You're gonna miss minions here.
Yeah.
Like XP, so that's like one melee minion, and it's just because why?
Because I'm pushing it too slow.
Yeah, exactly. You just didn't crash it.
I say like I hate when that happens. Like right there, it's like a half crash kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like because you're stuck in two mines. Well, you're not even stuck in two mines here because there's no like actual attempt to hard push it. You're exactly right, Leemas. It's just because you slow push it. What was I gonna say here? Yeah, and if you actually like wanna really find the reason, like if you look at the Nyla here, like if you're playing as Nyla or Mumu, and you see this right happen, I would be like, what the fuck? Like, how nice are these guys? Like letting us just farm this for free. Yeah, and just because Sedge is bot, now you have to just give up the pressure.
I mean, Rise is also bot. Rise also showed on Vision bot. I'm like walking towards bot.
Yeah, Rise could be coming down. That's why, like, if the lane comes out here, you can still actually, like, 2v2 and maybe even... I mean, you probably wouldn't, like, 2v3, but yeah. Kindra's pathing here I fucking hate, by the way. Like, if you ever have a jungler, like, playing other side of the map to Caitlyn, like, you ideally just want her playing this side, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Because now, like, because you're not playing Ezreal Bard, right? You're not playing, like, a weak side lane. Like, you want Kindred to be here, so try to, like... If you see that as well, that's, like, fucking unreal. So if you can com that to your jungler as well, like why don't you just do Krugs and come? Like we can contest Crab, we have Prio and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But like,
Hmm.
I agree. But in general, like, I leave those kind of things to like for like review, like post game stuff. Like if I'm in a
Yeah.
team or something, for example, because like I can't like mind control my jungler during the game. You know,
Yeah,
like
no, of course not.
in the game, I'm thinking it's really troll that like well, that we're playing Kate Karma and we're like isolated on the map. But like, I just try to
Hmm.
think, okay, I have to adapt. You know, and like just take the L.
You can take the L, but like, yeah, that's why I said it's like unreal if you com it, right? Because it's
Yeah,
not really your job. But
yeah,
I know that you know that it looks weird, right? And you're like, fuck, like I have to back off a wave as Caitlyn. Like I can't poke them, I can't hit them. Like, this is kind of AIDS.
I mean,
Um,
yeah. I mean, like whenever I pick Caitlyn and like Caitlyn plus Enchanter, I always want the lane. Like I always want jungle attention because I feel like there's no point in picking this champion if you're just not gonna play for it. Like just pick something that's
yeah.
like
Just pick a
more
weak
safe.
side, right? Like
Yeah,
Ezreal, Jhin, and just chill. Exactly. Even here as I mean, I even think here you should just try to like when Rise shows you can go nuts, which is maybe what you were waiting for, which is good. Is that what you were doing, or so like Rise now
no,
shows and now you can maybe move up?
yeah, yeah. I can't remember exactly, but I think probably I was doing that.
Yeah, because I
Maybe I
think
was waiting for
it's
Surge.
yeah, Sedge as well might be a threat, but like as soon as Rise shows, I think you can just access it because you
Okay.
should hit 3 first, right? Like you're gonna kill the minions quicker than they will if you Q and stuff, and if Karma maybe helps you. Like this wave will be gone, right? And now we can actually recall, and then the next wave will be like an actual pure bounce because I'm pretty sure like this wave gets held up a little bit. Yeah, it's just a tiny bit, so it'll be like closer to their side.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, in my opinion, this is just a disaster already.
Yeah, there's no advantage, right? Like there's no actual concrete. I mean, she's like missed a bunch of CS, but yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like we can do. You haven't even like played bad, bro. It's just like waves. That's it. Like waves are gonna be fucking everything. So if you have like an intention, as soon as the wave comes in, you should know what to do, but also your support should. And if both of you are on the same page, it's doubly fucking good, right? And doubly bad for them
Yeah.
because there's two of you.
Yeah, well, I think this is really bad. Like Nyla should be like 5 CS or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
maybe.
really bad, but
Yep.
yeah.
I was just gonna say, yeah, you have to be careful like Sedge coming through lane or some shit, especially how they're like posturing.
Yeah, we saw her top side there, I think, just before there. Like
Oh
10
yeah, there
seconds
she
ago.
is.
She was on crab.
The burden of fucking skipping. Yeah, why is she? What the fuck's going on here? So
Also,
she's not
like,
getting bot crab, or did she?
I think she got top crab. I think she crossed. Also,
Yeah, right.
just like a random point, like,
Mhm.
I mean, like, this is a trial, but if I'm like ever playing like in a team game, like, I would never play this draft because if I'm playing Caitlyn and I have a Veigar versus Ryze mid, it's just like, I don't know. It's like if they have like a pushing mid and you're playing Caitlyn,
Mhm.
it feels pretty cancer.
I mean, Veigar is unreal against their comp, like actual unreal, and crushes Rise. Not maybe doesn't crush Rise like in terms of lane and like push and stuff, but so good against like their whole comp. Yeah, I kind of agree, bro, but it's never gonna like even here you can see it's never gonna come down to like comps and drafts and stuff unless
Yeah,
you're
for sure.
playing like perfectly. Like both sides are playing perfect, then it will actually just come down purely to matchups, right? And like if your comp is good against theirs. But
For
if
sure, yeah.
you
I mean,
but yeah, like
okay.
if you play like this perfect, even if I don't know, you're playing a different champion or you can even like win like losing matchups. That's like what I think anyway, because even people like at the in Challenger and stuff won't actually play peak league. So you can kind
For
of
sure, yeah.
cheat them in a way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, if I play against freaking,
Hmm.
T1, like,
Yeah.
they can pick just 5 troll champions and like they'll stomp me. So I agree.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's like the best fucking mindset to have because if Guma is playing this lane in carrier, it's going to look very different. And again, the question is like, why? One of the big reasons is just because, like I showed you before, that like cake pyramid type thing. Enemy bot's going to be there. Every decision is to make it as hard as possible, right? And like I said,
Yeah.
if I'm jungling, I'm fucking super happy if I see Nyla with 5 CS.
Yeah, that's true.
Makes it so easy for me just to like put pressure on Sedge and play off your prio. That's what that's what a jungler is. It's playing off your prio rather than just going to your lane and helping you or you like helping them. It's almost like you both do your jobs, yeah.
Yeah. Also at this point in the game, like I think I'm a bit lost. I'm
Yeah, I
just
mean, like,
doing
you
more
could have
really.
probably, like, reset a couple of times, but yeah, like, there's no cannon wave, right? So maybe they can just shove and cheat a base, so you never really want to base until cannon, I guess. Let's actually have a look here. Yeah, so we kind of skipped this. Yeah, this is where I think when Rise shows you move up, and you actually just, like, almost chance it in a way. Might be a little risky with Sedge, but I don't think they ever kill you. Oh, you got traps actually second. Yeah, okay. So fucking this, like, don't skill anything here. So this is all good. Like, if you're poking them under tower, Leemas, like, you might get W, right?
Yeah.
But here, like, you don't actually, you're not doing, like, anything really to warrant a W. It's not like Karma's gonna fucking flash W, right? Or do anything weird. So here you should just, like, chill on skilling. And honestly, just wait. Like, maybe even E is better here if you, like, move up to shove this way. But the reason we're in this, like, this pickle is just because we don't shove on 3. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, but like, what would you do in this situation? Like in this situation, because now I feel like it's kind of fucked because they have like now they have kill threat, right? When they hit level 3,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like it's hard. Like I don't know if I'm wrong, but I feel like it's hard to just completely control the wave now, as opposed to before.
Okay, well, this move here, right? So remember what we talked about. So when you crash, even though you're crashing a different wave here, you can still do like the same shit, right? So what are like the options you have after you crash here? Because you got time to do shit, but the shit is like what?
Well, I don't have a ward, so the only thing I can really do is just I can just
Mm.
check scuttle, see if it's up, and just come back to lane. That's about it. I can't really base because I don't think it's a good base timer here because then we fall for bot scuttle if it's up, and also
Mm-hmm.
like they can just push the next wave and I'll miss CS
Yeah, that
because
you're
it's not
giving them
cannon.
like a it's not cannon, right? So they can like kind of cheat a wave in a way, and because they're
Yeah,
playing a weaker bot lane, like you never really want it. And again, it just goes back to crashing on 3. The other option is just like maybe ambush them in a way, but fucking Sedge, like maybe being bot just makes it super hard.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why Kindred has to be bot here. But again, this all stems from just not crashing on 3. Like if you crash on 3, you're now slow pushing this wave. Like this wave is still here. Then you
It's true.
crash.
Yeah,
And they still can't fight you because they'll be level 2. So if Sedge comes, you should actually like want the Sedge to gank you because you can 2v3. That's how you win jungle. Right?
if we're level 3, we can 2v3. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Because you'll hit 3 like
so
off that wave, and now you're gonna crash the next one. So now the
yeah.
slow push is building, and then you crash, and fucking they can't do anything. And then you can base after that maybe for whatever items you want to get. Also, like items here, like what are you gonna get? Like longsword or some shit? Like it just doesn't look too fat.
Yeah.
It's kind of like awkward gold. But yeah, like here, if you actually want to win 2v2 and still have pressure, it's just about like maybe ambushing them. But you can't just because of the crash on
Yeah,
3
yeah,
that didn't happen.
yeah.
If they start hitting this wave, let them. I think.
Really?
Yep. Even though you're playing Kate Karma, it's just because a Moo now, right? There's no advantage, right, for you. So HP, it's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same. So
yeah.
when I look at this, I'm thinking, well, there's no fucking, like, you're not going to get an advantage just by, like, pushing this lane or getting Prio here. Like, Prio doesn't do anything for you. I don't think. It makes the lane longer. So Moo can chase you potentially and, like, get your sums and shit. And I just think
Yeah.
it looks riskier here making the lane longer. At level 1, you don't care because Nyla's not a champ.
Yeah.
But as soon as she starts, like, hitting the wave here, just let her. Just let her push to you because what can you potentially do with, like, the minions?
Mm,
Like if she
you
pushes
mean
this minion wave. So when she hits it like this and
so? I
hits it
think I
again.
just I like if I want to let her push and she just hits it, I'll just
Hmm.
last it then at that point. And but then the problem is how about like the jungle situation? Like what happened with boss scuttle, for example?
Hmm.
Like
So
if she pushes, then they can get boss scuttle for free.
okay. So they might get that for free, but again, like you've got no chance of actually really getting this, I don't think, at the moment, because Sedge you saw like near your Kindred's blue buff in a way. Like I wouldn't
Oh
even
yeah,
think
yeah, that's
about
true.
Crabber. I'm just thinking again, like 2v2. So the Nyla hitting this is hanging herself. Like she should not fucking hit the wave. She should just be more than content of you pushing. Because like why? So again, just think of like that line. So the line's in the middle here. If you
Yeah.
push the line up here, why is like Nyla gonna be happier?
Oh wait, sorry, I was muted. So like
So you like died or some shit.
so they're happy with they're happy with the wave on their side because they can like threaten us at that point with like a Mumu flash Q, and then they can just
Yes.
like run us down. You know.
Yes, 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 yes.
I
If
think
the
I think
line,
Nala has Ghost. I think Nala has Ghost.
yeah,
I'm not sure though. If she does, then yeah, they can just like run us down.
yeah, right. It's scary. Yeah, it's like if you're playing top lane mate against I don't know, fucking like Darius with Ghost or some shit. Like you don't want to hit the wave
Yeah.
because it's going to be scary. So here, if that line comes over here, and I think because you're two range champs, it should be super easy for you to freeze. Or just to like hold the wave up, unless like a Mumu has like DMAT, but if Nyla like starts hitting minions and trying to shove, you can just like damage her like crazy, right?
Yeah. Also, now that I think about it, we can't even contest boss gold probably.
Yeah,
But
no,
like,
I don't think you can. Because Vigard's like mid prio, and just the fact that Sejuani is like in your Kindred's jungle, like
yeah.
I don't see how that's gonna like work in like 30 seconds to a minute. I wouldn't even like worry about it to be honest. Like, yes,
Yeah.
it's a mark, but fuck that. Like, yes, your jungler's fault there, bro. Like, that mark is not being taken. Like, Kindred
Yeah,
should have done Krugs and then to
jungle's
the mark.
terrible. Jungle's terrible.
Who is the jungle? Oh, it's why not me.
So
That's a go.
bad, dude.
Yeah, so just like leave them here. As soon as you see her auto attack, just leave. Don't queue the minions, just chill. Like that damage on her is honestly just redundant. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. And like to be honest, at this point in the game, like I already kind of want to FF. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think like already we've been through like what we need to go through, but like we can keep going.
yeah.
Yeah, and see now like the Nyla's just she's chilling, mate. She's fucking. Well, there's no advantage here because you just like if you can shove there if you fucking can poke them, right? Like if you can actually stay there, but you're just backing off. You're just like trading waves essentially.
Yeah, and they're just happy with that, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's it, bro. Like, fucking always think about them. Are they going to be happy with this decision I make in regards to how I position, use cooldowns, waves, all that stuff? If I base here, are they going to be happy because they can just shove the wave out and cheat a recall? Those are like the questions. And this is where now, bro, because there's no advantage here, like this is just a 4v4. And we can fucking look at like how everyone plays this. And this is what like most people will do. We can look at how everyone plays this, right? But it doesn't fucking matter. Because this is like a 4v4, I don't know, which is honestly probably just 50-50.
Yeah.
Like, it could go
be,
this
right?
way. Yeah, and it shouldn't be because you should have a concrete, like, advantage, whether it's HP, whether it's because you, like, force them to base and Kindred gets a free crab, something like this. And, yeah. Like, I don't give a fuck, like, what happens. Like, honestly, like, how you place traps and stuff, like, you can always look at this yourself, right? You don't need me to fucking tell you, like, how to play Caitlyn here.
Yeah. I mean, like they're gonna be stronger in a skirmish anyway. So it's like
Yeah, exactly.
they have Ryze, and Mumu, freaking Nyla. We have Karma, Veigar, Caitlyn. Like.
Yeah, you're playing Caitlyn to be in lane and not to fight
Exactly,
4v4 in River with, you know, against a Mumu and. But yeah, like the reason this is kind of Eagz is because they're full HP pretty much. And you can do something about it, right? So before this fight happens, that's the key limit. It's like the first 2 minutes of this of lane, so from like 1:30 until however many waves we've played here, like that's the key. That's why this fight is way too even.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it might be a bit
agree.
weird. It might be like a bit weird because you have like Kindred's pathing is kind of questionable. Maybe Veigar mid is like the most fucking useless champ until like I don't know late game and yeah, like those are true, but you can do something here, which is all you should really like care about. And now fucking it's game over.
Yeah.
Like one death on Caitlyn like this is just, you know, playing Ezreal might be like winnable, but now like we're just completely wasted the champ. And that's just because like what do you think is the biggest mistake here in this game?
From my perspective,
Yeah.
like the third wave for sure. Like I'm slow pushing it for some reason. I should just fast push that shit.
That's it. Like that is legit it. And it's fucking crazy, right? Because it affects like the whole game, even like jungle in a way. But that is honestly just it. So it's just like intention with waves.
Yeah.
So as soon as a wave comes in, you fucking know exactly what to do and you tell your support what to do as well. Let's actually see if we can find some other stuff though, because maybe there's a you can still like learn hopefully something from this. So like Nyla and a Mumu here in the enemy team should win like really quick. So maybe like they still stuff up in a way. Okay, this is fine. Yeah. Shoving this, completely agree. The map is fucked for you. Why do you shove this, by the way? Like, what's your reasoning? Because you could probably still slow push this, but why shove?
Like, can you go back? I don't remember.
So Sedge like runs to a Raptors here, but I actually really like shoving.
I just like fast pushing, so I can pressure on this wave here.
What do you mean, like the Amumu and Nyla under tower, or?
Yeah, under the tower.
Yeah, I like it for that reason.
I feel like I don't have infinite time, right? Like I don't know what Sejuani is gonna do. So like, let's say I slow push this one and crash the next one, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Sejuani just takes Raptors and bases and run straight bot, and then I can't actually pressure on that
Yes.
crash because she's gonna be there. So I'm just thinking, okay, she's walking topside. So if I crash this wave, I'm gonna have like some time to just pressure.
I think if you're winning lane here and you're
Yeah.
1-0-2, you slow push. But
Yeah,
because you're behind,
that's true,
I
yeah.
think you get rid of the minions. You do not want to fucking be in lane here. You want to like just shove this out and play an actual like, you know, where it's either pushing to you, which it will if you do that. And that's pretty much it. Like, you're right. You're giving Sejuani time to maybe base and like gank you on that slow push. But if you have a lead, you don't really care if she ganks.
Yeah.
Because your jungler
that's
should
true.
be here, and maybe you can even like 2v3 again because you've got such a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
lead. But yeah, this is almost like Nyla and Amumu. Like, if you were to base on like a standard wave, this is like just what I call like just kind of like a cheater recall in a way. So I know a cheater recall, everyone thinks it's like, you know, slow push 2 ways, crash, and then you
Big wave,
base.
yeah.
But you can do it with any wave. Like, this is just cheating a base because you're shoving a wave that you probably shouldn't shove. It's just because you don't want to be in lane here.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is good. Like, you and Karma finally like hit the wave together, and we're fucking chilling, mate, or should be anyway. Imagine if you die here. What a shit coach. Just make sure it crashes. Go, 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 go. Yeah, like, don't worry about water, because you know, like, Sedge is topside. So the priority, again, 2v2. Sort the wave out, make sure it gets in, and then you can chill. Yeah, so, like, right here, you could even maybe be, like, basing or something, because, I mean, even though the base looks kind of shit, hey, at least you get a longsword, and it's almost like you've like, closed the gap to Nyla, even if there was a gap. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Because this wave is so fucking big, like, it's going to take them 10 seconds or some shit to clear this, and that's a base for you, and then you run back, and even if they shove a wave, you might, like, pick up all the minions. And in terms of items, you're actually very similar to Nyla at that point. Why don't they try to, like, hold this up more?
Honestly, like, can we still, like,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that we can still slow push to, like, the previous wave? Because, like, yeah, like, we're technically, like, we're quote-unquote behind, but, like, it's still playable, do you know what I mean? Like, I think
Yeah.
3v3 is still playable. I still have sums, and, like, I mean, it's not like, Nala has 1 killer, right? It's not like she has 5.
Yeah, this is true. I just don't think you can because Kindred's, like, dead at the moment.
Oh, okay, that's true, yeah.
And I think Sedge can, exactly what you said. I just think, because you don't know how the map is going to look. And again, all I'm thinking about, bro, is just, like, 2v2 here. So I think Amumu and Nyla, like, if you keep stacking, might be able to, like, access the wave in a way where they might, like, jump on the Karma with no sums, or Sedge gets here in time, like you said, and all of a sudden, like, now they're going to freeze off of it.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything because Karma's dead or something. I just think there's more risk with that. But if you're winning lane, you definitely slow push this. There's no way you shove here. Like, you and Karma play, like, beyond the wave even. Maybe not, you know, it depends how, like, fucking strong they are, but yeah, you just, like, want to be as aggressive as possible, right? But you just really can't here, I don't think. So yeah, shoving's fucking really good. And yeah, after this, just make sure the wave gets in, and then you can recall, get a longsword, and you're actually, like, probably even ahead, honestly. In terms of, like, actual maybe power, right? I mean, I guess she has Vamp, but yeah, you get my point. And now you could be basing.
Yeah, I think, I can't remember what I was thinking exactly, but if I was to guess, I'd say I'm probably just like in 2 minds. Like, I want to pressure on this wave, but then I don't know where Sejuani is, so I'm like, that's why, like, I'm just clicking all over the place. I'm going back and forth, you know.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. I mean, now like, this is great because you don't hit the wave, right? So this is what you should have done on, like, what is it? Like 5th wave or something, what we talked about? When it was, like, in the middle and Nyla started hitting it?
Yeah.
Like, you just chill here, that's pretty much it. Yeah, and you see, like, now, Leemas, like, how nice it is to play this lane because it will push to you if you just chill. So if you were still slow pushing, like, see how Sedge is now active before Kindred, like, you're kind of fucked.
Wait, okay, wait. I had a question.
Yeah.
It was like, in lanes like this where you're playing double range versus like really short range champions,
Yeah.
like, how like traditionally like you just want to push and just poke them on the tower or
Mm.
whatever.
Mm.
But I was thinking like, if you let them push into you, like let's say like the wave's on my side, right, and like they're slow
Mm-hmm.
pushing, it's like they can't crash the wave, right, because we're double ranged. So like
Yes.
every time they go for CS, they just get chunked hella. So
Yeah, that's what like I was saying before. Right? I remember when. Just envision it for me. I'll go back if you want. But that like third wave, not third wave, sorry, it's like 4 or 5, where both of you were level 3. Like
yeah,
you walked off here, then you came back, then Nyla hit the wave.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
was saying there, like, yeah, if they actually start pushing towards you there, because you're double range, yeah, you can like trim the wave, both of you can, because you can both access it.
yeah,
So if you have a melee champion, maybe that champion can't access the wave and actually like damage it. But because you're double range, like you can control it so fucking well.
yeah.
And the only like scary thing if they start pushing is if you're gonna get dove. And if you're behind and you just keep getting fucking dove on, like it's gonna be shit, right? But obviously there's no threat in this game or at that point of you getting dove. So if they are slow pushing into you, you should welcome it. You should want that. Like, that's the best scenario. But early,
Okay.
like level 1, because like they have no threat, like you want to get priority and deny them as much as possible.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, you're just like last setting pretty much the whole time in this lane. Until you want to crash, that is. And that might like
Yeah.
apply to like most fucking bot lanes as well. Okay, the Veigar pick. I told you, mate, that pick is broken as fuck against their comp.
Just press
Oh,
E
no.
and what can they do?
Yeah, exactly, bro. So close range. Oh, yeah, this is fucking Eagz because Ryze is there. I was just going to say, this looks like kind of questionable because even if they don't do anything to you here, it's just the fact that they have... Okay, let's just say, Leemas, that Kindred and Karma run towards you here.
Yeah.
You're going to have to burn through fucking sums to get them to do it. And they still have like 10 seconds of a 2v1.
Uh-huh.
So you get like what I'm trying to say here. Like even if you bait them fucking like you got to bait them perfectly here for this to be like even considered worth.
Yeah, it's like unrealistic essentially, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean I don't know like what like even this for you, right? Like even if Kindred and Karma are here, like how good is it? Like does a Mumu die? Okay, maybe a Mumu dies, but then Ryze is here. And then
Yeah.
Nyla's going to get Conqueror stacking because they're hitting a Mumu. And Nyla's level 5. This is a big level diff. Okay, it's one fucking level, but like levels mean something.
Yeah.
And we've
To
got
be
to burn
honest,
through sums just to do this. And we're playing Caitlyn. I don't want to like if you're fucking playing a support here baiting for sure. Maybe it's okay.
I don't even know what I'm trying to achieve here.
Trying to lead them into the squad, mate. Here we go. Yeah, and like see, like you actually have to play. Like maybe you even play that perfectly. I didn't give a fuck like what you do mechanically. Like honestly, I just see that and think you just lost both sums for yeah.
And my HP bar.
Yep. So if this happens, if Karma goes to move, you legit just have to chill and remember, right? This kind of goes back to like what we talked about. The lane is now long, so Mumu gets a lot more fucking pressure now because he's an actual champion, right? Level 1, we don't care because Nyla's not a champ. But they both are here, and yeah, maybe you should fucking like E that. But yeah, there's a bunch of different shit like you can do, right, to avoid this.
I think this is just like the ADC syndrome where like you just have to auto attack something like every 3 seconds, or you like
Bro, you're
start
getting that
spazzing out.
endorphin rush. You want that fucking endorphin rush, mate. Just hitting something. I get it. Yeah, discipline's like a big thing. Fucking whether it's with your like your positioning. Oh, I just want to win lane on Caitlyn. I just want to get this over with, or something like that. Yeah, you just gotta stay disciplined and the slower the fucking better, mate. Oh, this is so A's, eh? This is fucked.
Yeah, I don't know what to do anymore.
Just FF.
Literally.
Yeah, there's not much to do.
I think.
Do they
the
know
game-
Kindred's top here?
I'm not sure.
Still 5. Red buff. Okay, so she went. Oh yeah, she started at Sedge blue, right? I'm just trying to think, like, if they have any info that Kindred's top here, you just get dove. Because you got no sums.
Yeah.
And Nyla's 6 as well.
I think at this point in the game, it's just like it's only up to the enemy to make a mistake. That's it. Like that's the only way that we can win.
Yeah, I completely agree, bro. Like, that's League. Like, That's why like when you ask what games you want to go through, like I don't care what happens after 10 minutes because the game's gonna be set up.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fucking laning for 95% of a game, right? That 4v4 at Dragon, this is what everyone does, bro. Fucking, even when I was coaching like amateur last year, man, like fucking, if I'm not there, the boys will just like skip to a team fight at fucking 15 minutes. I'm like, bro,
Oh
like,
yeah.
why are we watching a 5v5, like, where it's all micro and it's a 50-50? And we're talking about, like, oh, maybe this guy should have done this, or, oh, you should flash this, or, oh, Bart should ult like this. I'm like, bro, like, this is fucking so much. Like, what are we doing in lane to get an advantage to make those team fights easier? Like, that's the question. Laning is
Yeah.
fucking everything. And like you said, bro, like, if this is Gummer and Carrier, or if you're against Gummer and Carrier here, it will probably be even worse, right?
Yeah.
So
I
that's
mean,
like the
I
thinking.
think they could just pick like troll shit like brand support and stuff, and that's stomp us.
Probs. Probs. I mean, like, even in this game, right? Like, you have an actual legit chance to fucking stomp lane at level 1.
Yeah.
If Karma just wards and Mantra Qs. And yeah, just crash 3 and you can still play the game. Because after that, now you're relying on other people, which is just like inefficient even for both parties in a way.
Yeah.
Never mind, you've won. You've got Aatrox.
True. I also, I had another question. So like,
Hmm.
do you know how like I can look at this VOD and be like, okay, I should crash 3 waves, and then like a lot of the shenanigans are avoided.
Yeah.
But then like, of course, there's like the human element to it, right? So like, there are gonna be games like
Mm.
if I play like pro and then like on stage and stuff, there are gonna be games where people mess up. You know, like I'm gonna mess up a wave,
Of course.
someone's gonna like mess up somewhere. So like, do you think that it's still valuable to like review? Like this game's like technically lost, right?
Yeah, I
But like,
would like if bro, fucking it sounds toxic, but after like the third wave, I would be happy because now we really know like what kind of the big issue was just to like call it. But I'm guessing you're asking like is it still worth to go over a game like this? Yes, because even like looking at that wave where you crash, right? Where you come back and
yeah,
you like slow push and then you crash. I think it's just good to fucking reinforce like the good stuff you do because most of it is good. And even
okay,
from the enemy point of view, what can they do to make it even harder? Like there, if they know Kindred's going top, the Sejuani should look to press you off the tower or dive you instead of just going to
yeah,
Drake, right? If they have any
mhm,
info like that. And then maybe you think like, well, maybe a Mumu should do this, or there's a bunch of stuff, right? But yeah, if you look at it through like the lens of the lane that's won, you know what I mean? Like maybe you can find even more because like you here, you're just responding to whatever they're doing. Like you are the fucking what is it? Like you're not the protagonist in this story now. You're just reacting to
yeah,
whatever they want to give you. That's it. And the reason
yeah,
again is just because like there were a couple mistakes like in the first maybe 3-4 levels. That's it.
yeah, yeah. But like, for example, like let's say that you just like copy pasted this exact game state
Hmm.
and changed like our players to like Guma and Keria and stuff.
They're still
Like,
fucked, bro. They're still
really?
fucked. Like even from this position, they're still fucked. Like
I feel
Guma
like
can,
that
bro.
they
Like
still win.
I mean, the rest of the team has to win. Like the Aatrox here has to be fucking Zeus. The Kindred here has to be Canyon. The Veigar here, I mean Veigar's kind of chill, but I don't think they can come back here, man. Like I understand that Gummer's Kate is like fucking nuts, right? All of his champions are nuts, but look at the hole this is. Like your top, like Aatrox has to carry this game. That's pretty much it now.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like imagine if
Mm.
like if P1's playing this game versus like Praetor and like these O's players, right?
Mhm.
They'd still win.
That
Is my
sounded so
opinion.
fucking toxic.
As in, like, I'm not calling Praetor bad. I'm just saying like any O's team essentially. Because like look at O's teams at Worlds, right?
Yeah,
Like they get stomped, and like even if they get ahead,
yeah.
they can't ever close because the enemy team is just too good at like punishing mistakes and getting back into the game, right?
Okay, so what you're saying is like the burden, like the fucking everyone else, bro, in your team here has to carry you. You are
Okay,
in
yeah.
no position to carry this game. That's why I said, like, I don't think Ruler, I don't think fucking Guma, I don't think any of the top 80 carries can actually do anything in this game on Kate. Because
It's
I
not
think it's that
carry,
fucked.
not
You mean
carry,
what,
but
like
like
just.
impact the
Mm.
game in a way that leads like the like just have a positive impact on the game.
Yeah, I mean,
You know
your
what I mean?
positive impact, and like how I look at it, is just not dying. They're just not feeding it. Because I
That's
think
true.
they should just hit you over and over, no sums, a Mumu Sedge, Nyla. Like I said before, right? Like that dragon. I think if they have any info that Kindra's topside, they should hit you here. And it's even to the point maybe where Karma should even just like fucking relinquish bot and roam around with Kindred and get Aatrox going. Like that's your win con now. Win cons change, right, all the time. It's not like you just get into this game. We have to make Caitlyn win no matter what. What about if this is the game? Like I don't think you can ever win. I don't think you can even move past like the middle of fucking bot lane in this game now. So now we have to think, how can we fucking, if we're losing bot, how do we win? And it's obviously just topside, right? So Kindred doing Rift here looks good. I'm just saying, like, before at level 3, when you obviously have prio and a bit of power, like her going topside for that top crab is just like bad. And it kind of fucks you over, but again, it all stems from that crash on 3. So I get what you're saying, like, Guma is going to be nuts on Kate, bro, but trust me here, like, mechanically, he's not going to be, like, that much better than you, which is hopefully, like, a compliment, by the way. But like, there's legit, like, nothing anyone can do here. And especially as Caitlyn, right? Like, you're not an all-in champion. It's like a protracted way of playing the game. Like, fights are going to be drawn out and stuff, and it's kind of more team-oriented. Rather than just, like, you can punish someone's mistake, right, with, like, a fucking Samira going in. Like, you can't do it on Kate. And you've got no items. So that's why I said, like, it doesn't matter who you put on AD carry. This game is super fucking difficult. Like, super difficult. Like, what's going to stop Guma? Like, can Guma, like, survive a dive here? Maybe the one before, like, you know, when you base or whatever, like, he can't, right? Doesn't matter how well he plays it. So that's why, like, I answered it like I did. But I get what you're saying. But yeah, the game is just, like, so aids to, like, yeah, play now. Yeah, and, like, this is what you have to work. Like, what's Guma gonna do here, bro? Like, what can he do? Like, he can't do anything. Exactly what you're doing. Like, there's no way to get anything back here, to be honest. You're just reacting to whatever they give you.
Yep.
But nah, man, the fucking questions are good. Hopefully I've answered them, kind of.
Yeah, you have. I mean, this has been very helpful so far.
Never mind, you've lost. You've won. You've won. See, the Veigar pick, mate. I fucking told you.
Veigar pick comes in clutch, actually.
Actually, yeah, this is so good, by the way. Like, this move, like, you do, bot is so fucked. That's what I was saying. Like, Karma here should just run, like, mid and top. Like, legit. It's just so doomed. And what you do here, I fucking love it. So, yes, Nyla's going to get first tower gold and all that. But she's going to get that anyway.
Yeah.
And you might die while she's getting it. Like, you might get dove, right? So why not try to create something somewhere else? Like, make it a little fucking uneven. So this move where you go through here is fucking excellent. Maybe Guma doesn't even do this, bro. Maybe this is something that you've done better. Like, legit, though. Maybe he, like, egos them. I can still win. Nah, bro, like, it's fucked.
Yeah, he'd be like, these are O's players. I'm just going to outplay them under the tower.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But nah, this is smart as fuck. And if Kindred drops Rift, like, mate, probably drop it top, actually, for Aatrox diff, yeah.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just thinking, I just want to help the team. Like, I'm thinking less about myself, because I'm thinking, like, my game's already kind of over. I'm just thinking,
I agree, mate.
Team.
Yeah, now you're playing Ezreal, but just disguised as Caitlyn.
Yeah.
But yeah, this move was really smart. I fucking like this. What's the CS? Are you actually down, like, even that much?
I think I've missed a few waves, but...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What is going on top, by the way? Like, why is there a fight, like, under a tier 2? Like, what the fuck is going on over there? See, that's maybe something, bro, where, like, you look at it and think, like, from Red Side's point of view, like, our strongest player is bot. Why aren't we fighting, like, around bot side and stuff and diving the Kate and all that? But again, like, I'd have to, like, full look at their POV, right?
Yeah. And I think once they see that we just full concede bot, then Amumi bases and just runs top to, like, defend their play top.
Yeah, he covers it. Yeah, that's the key here. Support being top. Yeah, and I think the rest of this game, man, is just going to be, like, set up, right? So whatever happens here, like, if I was to ever, like, look at another Caitlyn game of yours, like, I want to see the first however many waves, just the early game being super fucking precise, you know?
Yeah. That's true, actually. I mean, it's very important on Caitlyn anyway, because it's not like the champion. You have to know how to play lane perfectly to make it work.
Like I said at the start, bro, like you're not picking Kate to chill with no pride. You're picking Kate to fucking pump him. But like
Yeah.
the decisions this game, like whether there was like an emphasis, or like if you and Shinky talked about it before, like how do we win this lane, or intentions with waves and all that.
I don't
Even
think
like
we
at
did.
level 1, like just fucking going nuts on Nyla and just calling it. But yeah, man, like whatever happens in this game now, like it's set up. So I don't know if you want to go through any more of this, or if you have like any general questions. But are you like
Uh,
happy with that, or
yeah, I'm really happy with that.
okay, mate, sounds good.
Yeah,
Just
I think
yeah,
at this
fucking
point in the
crash on
game,
3, mate. That's it. Just see
yeah,
that cannon wave and just go fucking nuts, bro.
yeah,
Okay, man, very good. Good luck with like future games and stuff. Are you playing pro? You are, right?
I am.
Very nice, mate. All right. Well, if I see you playing Caden Pro, I'm gonna be watching that fucking third wave, mate.
You're gonna be like, ban Caitlyn off Leemas. I coached him. He's dangerous.
Yeah.
He has the
Actually,
inside
mate.
info.
Actually, bro. Fuck, he knows how to shove the third wave. We've got a ban Kate.
Oh, yeah, okay, thanks. I appreciate it a lot. I mean, it was very helpful.
No worries, mate.
I,
Pleasure.
I didn't know it would be this good, to be honest. I was expecting something like more
Shit.
average. Yeah, but it's a very good point that you make, and I like how you view the game. How it's like, there's no
Mm.
point wasting time like looking at which abilities we use in a team fight when your early game is like
Yeah.
is a thing that's just like atrocious.
Like, think about this, bro. If you put, kind of like I was saying for the Guma situation, like if you put him on Kate in this game, if you were to put him on, I don't know, like let's just think of an example, right, where someone gets called out, like a jungler gets called out at Dragon, right, in like a 1v2, 1v3. Doesn't matter if that jungler suddenly gets like Faker's mechanics, he's fucked.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we can look at how he played the 1v3. Oh my god, maybe you can kill one of them. Doesn't matter. Like, it's the decision to put yourself in that. It's your guys' decision to 4v4 that. It's your guys' decision not to shove on 3 that fucks you.
yeah. So it's
Like,
the
that's,
decision that's important.
yeah, that's it, bro. Like, it's what leads up to that.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
have to understand champions like you do. You know that on Caitlyn, you should probably have a lead. Why don't we have a lead? Why isn't there something distinct here in this game? And hopefully we
Yeah.
went through some shit.
Yeah.